Hey everybody, welcome to episode 7 in the series Building Resilience in Your Cleft Affected Child. Today I'm talking about fitting in, and be sure to watch to the end because you may be surprised that what I have to say was one of my biggest stumbling blocks in trying to find my group to connect with, what my parents did to help me, and how you can do the same to help your child. Before we get going, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so that we can stay connected and for you to be notified when there are new videos available to watch. Having been born with a bilateral cleft lip and palate, all I ever wanted to do was look like everybody else, to just fit in instead of standing out because of my cleft. Growing up in a small town like I did and never seeing anybody that looked like me throughout my childhood years, my feelings of isolation and just wanting to be like the other kids was overwhelming at times. But of course, I couldn't change the fact that I was born with a cleft. I couldn't wipe the evidence of that off of my face. As human beings, we're not meant to be solitary creatures. We are hardwired to want to be with each other, to seek out connection and share experiences. So the desire to belong and find others to connect with is strong, no matter who you are. If you're a kid in middle school, high school, or a middle-aged adult. And for those of us born differently, in my case a facial difference, trying to find others to connect with could be really difficult at times because of how I presented myself to others. Are you surprised at what you just heard? Did you expect me to say that it was sometimes hard to find others to connect with because of how they treated me? Granted, there were plenty of times that I was treated poorly by my peers. But looking back, those people that treated me badly weren't the ones I wanted to connect with anyway. Those that I wanted to connect with were ready and willing to accept me with open arms as soon as I stopped letting my fear get in the way. And here is some real talk for you. The only way to get out of life what you want is to actively work for it. When I let my fear win out, I would let it stop me from making eye contact and smiling at people. I would hang my head down. I'd hang out in the back of the classroom. I'd stop myself from participating in activities because I was afraid of what people may say, may do because of how I look. So how did I find the courage to push that fear aside and actively go out and find the group that I wanted to belong to? The answer is simple, really. My family. Because my parents not only provided a safe and supportive environment for me to rely on and fall back on whenever I needed it, they also didn't let me hide from life and actively encouraged me to have all kinds of experiences, both with them and with others my age. If your child is struggling with fitting in and finding a group of peers that they want to connect with, I encourage you to talk to them about how they are actually going about doing it. Are they taking an active role in finding those people, or are they sitting back and waiting for it to happen to them? They have to go out and actively look for it, because if they sit back and remain on the sidelines, it won't ever happen. And they will miss out on so many amazing opportunities, experiences, friendships, and connections. It takes courage, and quite honestly, it can feel scary to put ourselves out there in search of those that you want to connect with. It's scary for our kids to put themselves out there. We can understand those feelings because we've all gone through it ourselves. And unfortunately, we can't do it for them. But we can empower them through love, unconditional support, and leading by example in order to show them that when you put yourself out there and actively participate in finding the group of people that you want to connect with, wonderful and amazing friendships and connections can be made. Throughout my cleft journey, I've experienced the gamut of emotional challenges over the years, from bullying, low self-esteem, rejection, just to name a few. But through those challenges, I have developed 10 keys to building resilience that I want to share with parents of cleft-affected children. So let me offer you some support by sharing with you that free resource that includes all 10 keys to building emotional resilience designed to help your child live a full and emotionally supported life. You can get your guide right now by clicking the link down in the description. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.